I sometimes sense a level of frustration among writers and actors and voice talent when they start looking at the way our business works. And then they make the huge mistake of trying to make sense of it all. Just want to get back to a little bit of the basics when you choose to be in this business in this episode of the VO Heroes podcast. So the big question for this episode is, are you making this very common newbie mistake? Are you trying to make sense of something that simply doesn't make sense? Our business. Whatever facet of our business, the performance business that you're in, if you're a writer, if you're an actor, if you're a voice talent, if you're engaged in the process of getting work in our business, if you're engaged of once you're booked on work, enjoying and executing that work, the stuff that you face in a collaborative session as a writer, on set, in studio, the process that gets you there, every single step of the way makes people who aren't in our business scratch their head. Like, you go home for the holidays and your families have questions for you that clearly indicate they have no idea what we do for a living or how we do what we do for a living, right? Why don't you sign up to be on that one show that's popular? That'd be good, wouldn't it? Yeah, of course. If I could do that, of course I would want to do that. Or why don't you just tell Simon & Schuster that you want him to publish your book? Just tell him. It's like they don't get it. They don't get the pursuit of creative work. They don't get just how much isn't in our control. They don't get just how much decisions are made on a capricious, random basis. They don't get it, and neither do we. And sometimes we make the mistake of thinking, oh, well, if I just apply logic to this, if I just, take a look at this from a different viewpoint, it'll all fall into place. It'll all make sense. It won't. And the question you have to ask yourself is, are you okay with that? Are you at peace with the idea that a lot of stuff that goes into what we do is random and can't be relied on to be reproduced on a regular basis? Are you okay with that? Might that possibly be the reason that sometimes you're frustrated with how this business works? And you raise your fist to the heavens and you go, why it has to be different? No, don't treat me that way. This is what we're doing. And it's kind of a follow-on to the other episode that I did on how showbiz isn't organized for our success. And I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear your complaints if you don't understand that. Is this something that you have to remind yourself of? Perhaps. Let me know in the comments below. Are you trying to make sense of something that just simply doesn't make sense? I'd love to know. Hit the like button after you leave the comment. You can subscribe to the channel. You can be notified when a new episode comes out. You can share this with other people who may not be able to make sense of something that you can't make sense of. I'm David H. Lawrence the 17th. I thank you so much for watching and for listening, and I will see you in the next episode of the VO Heroes podcast.